Welcome back to H360 Health Talk. I'm here with Greg and Dan from the Miracle League, talking about all the great things they're doing in Mercer County and beyond for children with special needs. So this has got to be, we've got to be in prime season right now. I mean, the weather's breaking, the summer's coming. We're going to have a lot of baseball games, a lot of smiles on kids' faces. What can, I got a number of questions. What can we expect if I want to go to the Miracle League and watch a game? What am I going to see? What can I expect to have happen?
Well, I can guarantee you the thing you're gonna expect to see, what you're gonna see is pure joy. It's just pure joy. The thing that I think we're all particularly proud of is that it's not even just the physical field that breaks down all of the limitations and the barriers that are there. It's the emotion. It's the excitement. It's the music. We're playing music. We have an unbelievable army, small army of volunteers that come out and contribute to us every game.
They get as much out of it as the players do.
I'm sure.
If not more.
Yeah.
If
Not more. And again, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of my core volunteers. I have this unbelievable committee of volunteers. Andy Santoro, we call him the voice of the Miracle League. He's there at every single game. He knows every single kid by name. He has a nickname for every single kid. He makes it very personal. And the parents get to laugh and and have fun and enjoy. And there are kids that, and I'm not joking when I say this, they will not walk out of the dugout and go up into the batter's box until Andy finishes announcing their name with their nickname. They will wait, and then they'll do their bow. And to embrace it and just to see the joy and just for an hour in a 1 hour baseball game.
3 innings.
Just to get an opportunity to get out there and swing a bat, to run the bases. I guarantee you're going to laugh, and I guarantee you're probably going to cry.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, you've had so many opportunities, so many experiences where we've had individuals with CP, individuals with so many different varying degrees, both physical and cognitive mental disabilities and limitations, but they all have this opportunity. And to see some kids who, when they come to you at first, they're confined to a wheelchair with CP, and then all of a sudden they're on a walker. And then to see them one day kick that walker aside and walk from third base to home plate and to look around.
Amazing,
and
right?
see not
and
a
the
dry
parents
eye.
were more amazed than anybody because they didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And the individual, the child I'm speaking about, he's now in high school, wrestles and runs cross country.
Wow.
And this is a kid that has CP, that was in a wheelchair when he started. Just the opportunity, a kid that just said, "I'm not gonna let this stop me," and he's just filled with joy and smiles every single time. We generally go base to base. The kids will get a chance. They could stop at first, then stop at second.
Yep.
We just let him go, man. He wants to go steal a base, so we mess around with him. We let him go because we need to embrace the fact that he wants to run and he deserves that right to go run. And
Isn't the human spirit amazing? I mean, you look at that, right? And as you point out, he first arrives on the scene in a wheelchair, CP. You're thinking, oh boy, and then all of a sudden the walker, and then he kicks the walker aside. Says, who needs a stinking walker?
Right.
He's off, right?
He grew up in the Miracle League.
Yeah, it's amazing work. What if you want to volunteer? You mentioned there's a number of volunteers. The people in the local community that will watch this, the people that are thinking about maybe somebody in the Midwest or out West sees this segment, watches this health talk and says, this Miracle League is a great idea. I'm taking it back to my Rotary Club to get started. What can the volunteers, people that want to volunteer at the local level, how do we get involved? And then I want to shift, once we're done talking about that, to that person that watches this that says, you know what, I'm going to start a Miracle League in my town. What advice do we have there?
Well, if anybody's ever interested in volunteering, they can always contact me directly. Our website is miracleleaguemercer.org. My contact information is all there, including my email. We have done a very impressive job of connecting with the community. Just this season alone, we've had all of our local high schools participate with their freshman, junior varsity, and varsity level sports, their baseball, their softball. And also a number of local colleges are getting involved too, including TC&J. So it's really exciting to see that connection. Again, just email. All the contact information is on the website. We also were very active on social media.
Okay.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. I often direct people to check it out because we are doing a lot of video content on there. We also do live broadcasts now. So every single one of our games is broadcast live on our Facebook page and the Hamilton Pulse Facebook page, which is a local media outlet that partners up with us.
That is so awesome. Now, I hope you don't have to know much about baseball to be a volunteer.
You don't, and that's what I try to remind people all the time too, because a lot of people will come and say, I would love to volunteer, but I'm so nervous because I don't know baseball. And
Or they're nervous about hurting the child, how to handle the child. But, it just comes natural. The parents are there. And the volunteers and the players get very close. A lot of these players have the same. We call them little angels in the outfield. So a lot of the players and the volunteers are the same each week, and they look forward to seeing each other.
Yeah.
They become very close. There's a big connection there, and it's really nice. It's really nice to see.
What are some of the jobs that a volunteer could undertake when they're there working with you guys?
There's a lot. We have coaches. I know we've had some pretty dedicated coaches. They're wonderful. You guys are great. I love you. That have been with us since day one. Volunteers that come out and help us just be buddies, angels in the outfield. Volunteers that come out and run our snack stand, and then we have a little souvenir stand where we have merchandise that we sell, hats and shirts and things of that nature. So people can come if they're coming for the first time. They can experience it. They can walk away with a Miracle League shirt, which is really great. And again, it helps with the exposure.
Pitching,
acting as a catcher, throwing on an umpire uniform and pretending to be an umpire for us and call safe at home plate. And then the biggest thing now is, this is the generation of, the millennials, and technology is, again, sharing the information. The simplest thing that anybody can do is go out to volunteer is right from home, is pull out your phone, just follow the page, follow Instagram, follow Twitter, and share.
So Greg, what about this person that watches this and says, what, Miracle League sounds like a great thing. I'm gonna bring this back to my Rotary Club. What are some of the things that they need to keep in mind? Obviously, you mentioned one was budget was a big thing.
there's a few things that have to be done initially. Picking the right location. If you're going to partner with another organization, figure out whose roles what each organization is going to be to better benefit the league. But once you have your budget in line, what we did is we actually flew to the only other location that was near us was Myrtle Beach at the time. So 3 of us got on a plane and flew down and just went to a game and seen what it was like, and met with the organizers afterwards and just got some information and came back and did our research. Our organization has met with other Miracle League fields that have been built since ours, and we kind of steered them to the right contracting companies to, for the field and for the fencing and the dugouts and things. We help as much as we can, but a lot of it is, it's not that difficult to build the baseball field once you get the few main things down, and we're more than happy to help do that.
Do the kids wear jerseys? Do they have team names? And
They're all the major league names, but you can.
You mentioned the nicknames that each kid gets bestowed on them, at some point. But what about the uniforms, the hats, all the gear?
Yeah, that's also a wonderful benefit of the league, is that the kids really do feel special when they're on the field. They get a nice jersey, they get a nice hat. They're Yankees, they're Mets, and they come to form an identity based on that. There are kids that have been in this league since the beginning, since Greg and Dave Aust and Kathy Reed and everybody got involved and said, we're going to build this field, that are still with us, 14, 15 years later, and that's amazing. And we do, we are the Miracle League of Mercer County. There is another Miracle League, a wonderful Miracle League I've become very close with, that's been around for 5 years. They're in Cherry Hill, the Camden County Miracle League. They're terrific. But beyond the two of us, there's no other Miracle League organization in the state of New Jersey. So we do have children, we do have participants that are coming from as far north, some as close as like Florham Park in North Jersey. We do have players from the Millstone area. Just because we're Mercer County doesn't mean we're just serving Mercer County.
We don't turn anybody away.
We don't turn anybody away. We have families that are coming from across the river, right over in like the Morrisville area of Pennsylvania and Yardley and such. So we take anybody that's willing to take the little drive and come over and be a part of our little field, our little family.
The passion that I hear you speak about is truly reflective in the joy that the kids and the families get from attending and participating. So I plan on coming out. I don't know if I'll pitch. I am going to take you up on the hot dog, though.
All right, yeah, we'll have it ready
I'm all
for
about
you.
the hot dog. Come out, watch a game. We'll bring some video cameras, and maybe what we can do is interview some of the kids and get some sound bites, and
Yeah,
that'd be great.
you know, and get them on the show and talking
they would
about
love
what it would mean, you know, what it means to them and some of the parents. I think it's would be very inspiring and hopefully motivate some others too around the country to start a Miracle League of their own or get involved and bring joy to families and children and just get out and have a good time and, you know, listen to some birds and smell some fresh air. It's always a nice way to decompress, and when you can do good for the community and for children, it's a double win.
I agree, Dave. I mean, the more fields we can get out there across the country, the better it is for the kids.
Well, guys, good luck at the fundraiser on August 7th. I
Thank you.
think the team and I will plan to be there.
Great.
And for sure we'll see you at some of the games this summer. Looking forward to that. So I want to thank you both for joining me today. It's been very enlightening and inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.